What's up, family? This is part 2 on the chosen ones and stepping out of the illusions. If you haven't listened to part 1, please go back to listen to part 1 so you can understand part 2. But let me get into it. See, the chosen ones, y'all experience God directly, like through dreams, visions, signs. Y'all just have your own unique spiritual experiences with God. When the chosen ones notice that the focus has shifted from a genuine search for God to power, control, or self-promotion, it creates a barrier. See, one of the greatest lessons a chosen one will learn is that God can be found in everyday life. He is even in the small things, like the sunset, someone giving you a compliment, the silence of a quiet morning. When the chosen ones begin to encounter the divine in every moment, their faith comes alive. You do not need a specific time or a certain place to feel God present, because God is everywhere at all times. The chosen ones are called to something greater, to transform the world around them. This means bringing the divine light to places where it is not recognized. When you stop limiting yourself to physical places, you will realize that your impact can reach unimaginable places. God called you to be spiritual leaders at work, in the neighborhoods, in the family, showing that His love have no boundaries. This is how the chosen ones fulfill their mission, spreading the gospel in a living, practical way. The chosen ones experience a indescribable spiritual freedom. They understand that God never intended to limit His present temples or rituals. The true temple is the heart of each one. The greatest worship we can offer is a life lived in communion with the divine. This freedom drives them to live with more purpose without fear of judgment, because they know they are exactly where God wants them to be. Impact the world with your light unapologetically with authenticity. This do not mean that the church is wrong, but it may not be the place where certain chosen ones will find a fulfillment of their mission. This is an act of obedience to the divine call. The chosen ones are shaped to think differently, to see beyond what is visible, to feel beyond what is said. The relationship with God do not depend on a physical space, but on a state of mind. A total surrender that only can be experienced when one is willing to walk unknown paths. Leaving the church, you will face judgment and misunderstandings, but this solitary walk brings you even closer to God. Fleeing from a church is not the same as fleeing from God. God did not choose you to hide in the building, but to be the church in the world, to bring light where there is darkness, to bring love where there is hate, to spread hope where people are lost. This is the true purpose of your journey. That's why God directs you outwards, so you can reach those who will never set foot in the church. This is also a test of faith. Are you willing to follow God's voice even when it means leaving behind what's familiar? You are a spiritual leader, someone who inspires and transforms people's lives. Bring God present where it is most needed. You will be the answered prayer to those who have not yet found Him. You will be the light shining in forgotten places. It is not about where you are, it's about who you are becoming, the living temple of God. Stay blessed.